Right, good morning guys, it's Sean here, back with another video here on Talk Up TV, and I'm sitting out in the BYD Atto 3, and this is the third part in a series of the update that I did a couple of weeks back, which was the latest V2 update, I think it was, of the entertainment system, and most of it was to do with the adaptive cruise control, as you know. So I did a first part of doing some more A roads and B roads and that kind of thing to see how it does. Done okay, not brilliant, done about what we'd expect it to do for that type of road. But now we're going to go and do the motorway section. So this is a good important part because this is where you're going to mostly use it. And I want to see what's going to happen if you take your hands off and see what kind of safety systems are built into the car in terms of if you're staying off the wheel, does it just disconnect? According to the update, it should put the hazards on and bring you to a stop. Now, obviously, I'm on a motorway, so I haven't passed out, so I'm not going to be taking my hands off and just letting it completely stop. But I just want to see what it actually does. Does it actually start to slow down, hazards on, and that kind of thing? Yeah, let's go to at least that point. Obviously, I'm not out there to cause accidents for everybody else on the road, so that would be madness. This is in a emergency situation. What would happen if you was on a motorway, driving at say 60, 70 miles an hour, and you pass out or whatever, fall asleep, and what would happen if to the vehicle with your hands off the wheel in adaptive cruise control? What would actually happen at that point in terms of, well, will it actually completely stop? Does it actually also connect with the emergency services up there to contact them while you're so you can get a GPS sort of position of where you are, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to basically do. So let me get set up here, get my camera behind me so that it can be viewing all of this, what's going on here. Just to go over quickly, if you've never had a look at the adaptive cruise control on here before. So essentially with adaptive cruise control, this is your adaptive cruise control section here, yeah? Okay, so you would basically set it there, okay? And obviously it's not going to work now because I'm not moving, but so it's even telling me to fasten my seatbelt. And that's, if I press this button here, that's for the lane centering, so it'll hold it in the lane. And then you've obviously got your speed directionals here, which you can push up and down with that. And then the distance between you and the car in front. So if you like it to be quite close to the car in front, or to have it on maximum distance, or whatever distance it is that that you're thinking about there. So that's the big one that we're going to see there. So I tend to have it a little bit further away. I don't trust these systems enough. But we'll see what happens on that. So that's what we're going to do. So the next time you'll see me on the video, which should be a couple of seconds for you, will be us entering onto the motorway to just go down probably one section, really, 3 or 4 miles, maybe something like that, and see how we get on with it. All right, so catch you on the next one. Catch you soon, rather. Right, okay guys, so we are all set in position. I'm on the hard shoulder, so just going to pull out now onto the junction. Then we're going to engage the cruise control. As soon as the available moment comes, we should be fine now. So off we go. Right, let's get that up to speed. So resume that. Right, let's get it up to speed. Right, okay guys, so I'm going to take my hands off the wheel in a moment. And then we'll see what happens. Right, so hands off the wheel. Okay. Hopefully it's going to stay in lane. That's what we're hoping for. Hopefully you can see this, guys. So we should start getting this to be agitated in a minute. Let's see what happens here, guys. Well, it's pulling me off here out of the lane. So that's not very good. Let me just get to a more settled bit. It always feels like it's going to cross into the other lane. That's the one thing that I'll say about this. It always feels like it wants to go into the next door lane all the time, you know, which really isn't really what you want, you know. So you just never feel, and it always seems to be pulling, you know. It doesn't seem to be any kind of adaptability with it with regards to the speeds you're actually doing, you know, which is what I've noticed with it. Wants to really crack on, you know. So it's hard to have a lot of confidence with it, if I'm really honest. So let's get around to this bit here now, and we'll see how this bit does. Okay, guys. Right, let's just see how we do now, with no hands on the wheel, essentially. See how it does. No, it doesn't like it. Doesn't like it, guys. So I think this still has a lot of work to be done. Because if I can go along this road here, and it's still on the motorway here now, and it still doesn't feel confident, then what am I to make of that, you know? So yeah, I still don't think it's really ready, if I'm honest, to you know, to do it. Quite a long time off the wheel now, so we're getting some red lights there. Okay, well, amazingly it just keeps on. There we go. Right, hazards are on, and I'm slowing down. There we are, guys, it done it. So it goes on for about 45 seconds, then you get the slowdown. I had cars coming up behind me, so I can't just risk it to thing, but it does come with the hazards on. It starts flashing the hazards and they come on. Now the question is, eventually, will it bring you over to the, I'm going to have to probably maybe try that on an A road. So I might do a part 4 where we do it on an A road, where obviously like a dual carriageway or something like that, where I can take up the inside lane. I can't do it on here, but that might be the best way to see how we do that. So okay, guys, well we got there in the end with some form of, definitely get reduction of speed, and it's not harsh, it's linear, so it's slowing down gradually, but you do get that slowing down of the car, But what I'm going to do probably tomorrow is I'm going to take it onto an A road or some road where I've got a nice straight bit of road where there's no traffic or whatever, where there's, and I just want to see what it's going to do, you know. It's a bit difficult. It's really difficult, obviously, to do that in a motorway because that would be in a emergency situation. It's the only time that you really that would ever kick on, really. So we'll see. We'll see what happens if I do it that way, you know. So that's one thing to think about. Anyway, thanks, guys. I'll catch you on the next one, and thanks for your time today.